Razabani for TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in Bournemouth here with me, smooching around Mr. Johnny Nelson. Johnny, what is happening?
Shorts, flip-flops, well, not flip-flops. Sun's shining, it's wicked down here. They should do it more often, on the beach.
Wow, I don't know what happened to you there, but anyway, ever experienced a workout, a press conference on the beach?
Yeah, but not in the UK. It's just nice. It's a different vibe. It's different bit of engine. So I like that. I like it's good for the fighters. Something special, something different. Chris Billen-Smith put this place on the map for this to happen. And you know, Bournemouth should produce more fighters because they know if they get a show on, they've got fighters down here. You'll get their crowds as well. Great time to have it.
I just saw you speaking to Isaac Chamberlain. His game is up for it. This is his opportunity now, isn't it?
I've always been a big fan of Isaac from day one, so it's not a secret. I've looked at his path from when he was a sparring partner for Deontay Wilder, came through the ranks, lost to Lawrence Okolie, had to go back, lick his wounds, start from scratch again, go off the radar, a few fights on Channel 5, and now this is his chance to re-establish himself. When you talk about heart, he's got a big heart, he's got experience, got good hands, got a bit of razzmatazz about him, but he's come to the Lion's Den. And as far as he's concerned, if he's going to make something of this game, he needs to be in situations like this, and if he can back up the boss and be the fighter he is, that's what he's got to do.
I know, man, you're looking forward to finally making his debut. Ben Whittaker, a lot of hype around him. Is he the real deal?
I was with Ben the day he got back from the States, and his attitude, you know, this young man, he's the real deal, trust me. Listen, talk's cheap, but if he can back up the boast with everything he's saying, and he has the character and he has the ability to match it, this guy's the real deal. You just know a bit of Stardust, you just know. And I'm thinking, and just said to him, you know, Ben, if you can back this shit up, you're going to be on fire. I like everything about him.
Johnny, we will catch up with the rest of the undercard a bit later on in the week, but obviously, firstly, I know Chris Billen-Smith's been dying to come here.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's had to leave Eddie to come here. Eddie understands it, it's a better deal for him, but Eddie had no intention of coming here. Should Eddie have brought Billen-Smith here?
Eddie's a businessman. I'm not a businessman. I'm a ex-fighter pundit. And so if it's not good business for Eddie not to come here, that's Eddie's call. From the fighter's point of view, everybody likes to fight at home, and this is a gorgeous place. And Bournemouth needs fighters to get people down here, you know, and put shows on. And if you've got people that sell tickets, you've got fighters that can back it up, then fights in areas like this will be mad, unbelievable. This is like relatively small, but you know what, fighting on the coast and showing the beauty of the UK, you know, England's the best place in the world if the weather's right, so why not?
Going to go back a couple of weeks, Lawrence Okolie, Eddie Hearn, seems like there's a little rift going on there. He put some tweets out which were later deleted. Eddie's obviously said he wasn't happy about what was tweeted and with what was going on. Lawrence still has a one-fight deal left. Eddie's confirmed that Sky were the ones that approached Lawrence and made him a deal, and he sent a legal letter. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that whole scenario.
Well, I don't know about that. So if that's what he thinks or what he's heard, that's how it is. The situation with Eddie and Lawrence, that's their business. These two were in business together. So if Lawrence isn't happy about something Eddie's doing or not doing, then that's something you've got to take up with Lawrence. As fighters, the problem is historically, it's hard to make a jump, make a move, make a decision, because if you don't do it, then you look back on your career and think, God damn, I've just done this. Lawrence Okolie, as far as he's concerned, he's made the right move for his career. Eddie's done a brilliant job in getting him to where he has so far. You've got to give credit where credit's due. Lawrence wants to move on from this. So if Eddie's taking him as far as he's concerned, as far as he's going, then Lawrence is making some move to change the direction of career. I'm quite sure you look at something like Floyd Mayweather, you know, when they had, you know, he had contracts, and you know, I think the term slave money, it was ridiculous money that he was being offered. But then after that, you look at where his career ended up. He did what was best for him. Lawrence is doing, as far as he's concerned, what is best for him. Whatever the argument is or disagreement is between he and Eddie, that's for one or the other to talk about that and make that public. Otherwise, we can only jump to assumptions. In regards to the approach, I don't know about that. You know, if that's what Eddie thinks, that's what he thinks. Unless Lawrence is telling you, you know, it's just speculation.
Sky Sports announced winning the rights for Joshua Usyk. Happy to go to Jeddah?
Yeah, man, of course. You know what, and I said it before, I was gutted with the AJ moving over to DAZN. Absolutely gutted. That's just one of those things. I was gutted when it was in the balance whether or not we were going to get it or not, because it's something you want to be involved in, want to be around there. I'm quite sure a lot of the Matchroom staff will be there anyway, and Sky Matchroom kind of get on anyway. So it's just, that's the business side of it. That's not our business. So to be out there to see the possibility of AJ becoming a 3-time world heavyweight champion of the world, that is something you can say I was there. It's not an impossible ask for AJ. It's a tough ask, but not an impossible one for him. So it's about support, self-belief, making sure he's done the right thing. He's out there now, prepping for it. And I was actually speaking just as on my way down here about AJ and his approach to the fight. Yes, he's learnt a lot more from the Dillian Whyte days, but he needs that rude boy edge about him to bring something different to the fight. Because if he doesn't, it becomes a tougher fight than it should be.
Eddie mentioned yesterday in his interview with Coogan that the deal was signed about 3 weeks ago. So do you know why it took Sky Sports so long to announce it, creating so much doubt whether the fight would even be shown in the UK?
Well, you've got to look at it this way. You look at Sky's history in boxing. They've been in boxing 30 years. And many times people have come along and said we're the new source, we're the new haven, we're the new places to be. And Sky have done it their way. And Sky have always ended up on top. I don't know how they do the business, but they do the business and their business works. So if they knew 3 weeks ago and they're only just telling us now, well, there's a reason behind that. I don't know the reason, but at the end of the day, the fight's on. It's going to be shown on Sky, so what a great opportunity.
Eddie said yesterday that the deal didn't make sense for DAZN. The deal didn't make sense for Sky. But Sky have done it for different reasons. What are those different reasons?
No idea. Absolutely no idea. They will show boxing. It's a home of boxing. Always has been. If it didn't make sense for DAZN, I don't know how it works, because DAZN have signed an unbelievable deal with AJ, which you can't knock. So you'd think having the opportunity for him to have this fight on their platform would bring subscriptions, eyes on DAZN as a business, and help them push themselves into pubs, clubs, homes everywhere, so people know who they are. So that it's a bit of a contradiction. As I said, I'm not a businessman. You know, for Sky, you know, it's a home of boxing. They're going to throw the hat in the ring, and if they get it, they get it. If it makes financial business for them, it makes financial business for them. Nobody goes into business with the intention of losing money. So I'm quite sure Sky have actually thought about that.
3 weeks enough to promote it? Considering the money spent to buy it?
Just watch this. Just watch this space. Just watch how it rolls. Just watch how it's pushed out there. Sky are brilliant at putting packages together and pushing fights out there. And if you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it. But with the help of Sky pushing out there as well, I just can't see it being understated.
Some fans not happy that the pay-per-view price has increased. Just $26.95, so almost £2 increase. Is that because you've paid so much for it that you have to make the pay-per-view higher to ensure that if you get 1 million buys, to make sure you make your money back?
That's simple. If you've got to pay. Listen, at the end of the day, people have always complained about pay-per-view, no matter how much it is. But these fighters are getting paid a ridiculous amount of money. So how else and where else is the money going to come from to pay them? If you want to see these fights and it's worth pay-per-view, then you've got to pay for them. And that's just how it is. You know, that's just how it is. If you're getting paid so much, where's the money coming from otherwise? And so basically, you're paying for what you get.
Do you think Boxer will get a couple of slots on the show, considering you've got the UK right?
I hope they do. I do hope they do. But you just got to wait and see. As I said, there's not that long left. Just got to wait and see how it rolls.
Moving on. Big rumours. Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn. It's weird, Johnny, speaking to you about this because you were around that era, Benn-Eubank. Did you ever think that there'll ever be a possibility that their sons will one day fight each other?
You know, when he first turned pro, I thought, God, come on, you're not down the line. And then you're talking about Conor. Has it been signed? Is it done deal? You know, and that's why I'm struggling to get my head around the fact that this weight issue, because Conor's a welter, you know, stroke light middle. Chris is a middle stroke, super middle stroke light heavy. I just don't know how these weights are going to pan out, how it's going to roll out. I just don't know. So until it's a done signed deal, speculation is great. And maybe in a year or two's time, when Conor's filled out a little bit, then it's more realistic. But at this moment in time, I'm just struggling to get my head around what the weight's going to be. And Conor's an intelligent version of his dad. He's emotionally driven. He's not an idiot, so he knows what he can do. But he's got a big heart and he's got a big ego, so he's not going to say no to nobody. But he's also the business side of it. He's going to say, "You make sure this way, well, this fight can happen." Junior's just like his dad. You know, he'll say enough to wind you up, but not really tell you nothing. So these guys, it's a great mixture of the next generation of their fathers. But I just want to see how this weight thing pans out. So on the surface, it's great to talk about it. It's great to tease and torment about it. But I've just got to see if it's signed, sealed and delivered, because this weight thing is a big question mark on mine.
Johnny, outside of the weights though, does the fight make sense for both fighters? Conor's on a great momentum at the moment in the 147 division. Junior is shouting for and crying out for these world title fights. Junior's not getting any younger. I think his dad had already retired at his current age, so does the fight make sense?
That's what I'm saying, I don't get it. Junior's in touching distance and fighting one of the names out there. You know, he's been shouting them out. That opportunity might be just around the corner. For Conor, you can see which way his career can go. This is like is it insulting to say gimmick fight? Because a loss to Conor wouldn't really affect his career, depending on how the loss is. A loss to Junior would, because Conor's coming up from a smaller weight. This is like you've got serious business on, but you just want to go and play on the fair for a bit, and then come back to serious business. And so I'm thinking this isn't the right time in your career to have those kind of fights. But the money might be ridiculous that they're being offered, number one. Number two, both fighters believe they can really pull it off if the conditions are right. So you just got to wait and see how it pans out. There's a lot of ifs, which is why I'm struggling to get my head around this actually happening.
Would it be harder for Conor being the one that has to go up and then come back down and carry on at 147? We saw Kell do that. Obviously he went up 160, big difference, but Conor going up to 156 or 157, whatever it is, and then have to come back down?
I don't think it'd be harder for him. If you make the weight, you can make the weight. If you can do it, you can do it. I think it'd be harder for him to be as effective at the higher weight than the lower weight, especially with a naturally bigger guy. But Conor, again, he's not an idiot. Neither is Chris. These young men can fight. These young men are driven by most things that most of these fighters aren't. So you don't know what drives them. You don't know what they see in each other. It's a fight I can see making sense in a couple of years' time, but right now it don't make sense. It don't make sense to me.
Eddie confirmed yesterday in an interview with Coogan that if the fight did get made, it will be pay-per-view on DAZN.
Pay-per-view on DAZN? I thought they were into pay-per-view. That's just how. But listen, again, what I said at the beginning of the interview: these fighters need to get paid. The money's got to come from somewhere. So that's number one. I think the question is, you know, this conversation's been going on a while. So what's the hold-up? What is the hold-up? You know, just saying if. What's the hold-up? You know, this conversation, this carrot's been dangled for quite a while. What is the hold-up? Why is it not signed, sealed? Why have they not come to an agreement? And that, again, it's just, there's too many ifs.
Joe Gallagher did an interview with another outlet, can't remember, I would have said it, but I can't remember the outlet, and he said that this could be a very dangerous fight for Conor, for someone who hasn't fought at Southern area English, British, Commonwealth, European. He's kind of almost skipped those levels. I know he's had fights with certain fighters who are former world champions, but obviously at the tail end of their career. Now going up to fight someone like Junior, who we know has got, one thing he has got is a chin. Even George Groves couldn't put a big super middleweight that George Groves couldn't put Junior down. So he said it could be a very dangerous fight for Conor.
Again, too many ifs in this fight, so let's talk about that when it's a done deal. Conor is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most improved British fighters out there from day dot. Every fight gets better and better and better, and every fighter needs that test to bring them to the pinnacle of their career or in touching distance of it. And Conor's no fool, even though he's driven by his heart. He's got brains as well. If it makes sense to him, he'll do it. If it makes sense, if he can see a way through, a win through, he's going to do it. But it's just too many ifs, man. He asked me questions to answer. Yeah, I'm trying to answer something that I'm struggling to get my head around.
We're all struggling right here, Johnny. We're all struggling here.
Yeah, but listen. But either way, if you love British boxing, you know, domestically, that's a great fight. Domestically, on the world scene, how much of a dent does it make? I don't know, but domestically, here in the UK, it's a wicked fight because of the history of their fathers.
Because of the history of their fathers, so they have a big role to play in selling this fight.
Yeah, man, of course. Look at Chris already tried to draw first blood and said, I don't want my son to take the fight. You know, Nigel will be on saying, what are you saying about my son? You know, Nigel will be like, nah, man. You know, just to drag him in. And Chris has probably always had that ability to say the right or the wrong thing to get a reaction. So I don't know how the fathers really would want, what advice they would give their sons on this one. But it'd be great. It'd be great. A great build-up. Getting a few shots and a few sound bites from the parents. It'd be good. It'd be interesting.
Johnny, in Bournemouth, what's the plans over the next couple of days? Where can the fans come and see you for meet and greets? Room number, hotel, whatever detail you want to give, mate.
I'll be on the beach. Do. Do you ever see White Chicks when he walked on the beach? That was me, little yellow buddy smugglers. Got olive oiled up.
Someone massaging your feet.
Beautiful down here. It's beautiful down here. So gifted. It's lovely down here.
Johnny Nelson, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.